Yeah.
Well, obviously I had to do my fair share of humping, obviously.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that.
And then basically I do the rig.
Oh, right, so
the lighting rig.
Oh, so you did the rig for the gig?
That's right.
Yeah. So you did the rig for a Bloodwind Pig gig?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
And there was a lot to do and all.
So it's big?
Oh, it's big.
So you did a big rig for a Bloodwind Pig gig, then?
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, there's a lot of nonsense talked about it now.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Estate agent on Elm Street.
In which case, gentlemen, how can members of Parliament possibly justify to anyone awarding themselves a pay rise that is 3 times in excess of the current rate of inflation?
Well, I don't think we have to justify it to anyone, do we?
Do we have to justify it?
I don't think so.
Oh, hello, and welcome to It's Music to My Ears. Now, Mike, what instrument have you brought along for us this week?
These, Colin.
Ah, my goodness, surely you're not going to try and light a fire in the studio, Mike.
Oh, no. No, these are actually Tibetan prayer stones, Colin.
Oh, prayer stones?
That's right.
I see. Well, pretty hard to turn in a convincing musical performance on those, I'd have thought, Mike.
Well, we shall see. The prayer stones are used by the monks of Lhasa and have 2 functions. The main function is to accompany their ritual chanting.
And what's the other one?
I don't know, Colin.
And these are actually from Tibet, are they?
No, they're actually from Brighton Beach, and I did tell you.
So, they're percussion instruments. They are made of stone. They are not from Tibet. And they do have another function, but you can't remember what it is. Do you know how they're played?
Yes, I do, Colin.
Well, things are looking up.
This one with this one.
You literally bang them together.
Yes, that's very succinctly put, Colin.
Well, I'm dying to hear it.
I can see that, Colin.
Well, they really are quite something, aren't they, Mike? In the world of folk music, we're going to finish this week with a song called The Robin. It's a Yukon Eskimo song, and we'll be singing it in the original Inuit burr with English subtitles.
Minahe o chuk minai koi.
Go kento huchuk kingayo yo.
Kingayo ho chuk komai koi.
Go kento huchuk gatlinga yo.
Gatling ko yo chuk minai koi.
Go kento na tifa kingayo yo.
Funny enough, I never really believed in all that thing, and then I won the Reader's Digest prize drawer. And now I'm looking for some prize socks to put in it.
This fabulous restaurant is completely deserted.
Yeah, the food's smashing.
And the prices are reasonable, too.
Well, let's just enjoy our meal, shall we?
Good evening, folks. They say a meal without wine is like a day without sunshine. But what is a day without a meal,
Wine and a song.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold you in my arms and keep you, yes I would, company.
Stanley Hopkins is 39. Outwardly normal, physically sound, happily married with a young family. Stanley suffers from a severe disability, only now recognized by the medical profession for the illness that it is. He was born without any sense of embarrassment at all.
Enjoying your meal now?
Now, Stanley, I'd like to do a few tests.
Yeah, hope you got warm hands.
Extrovertitis, or Pratt's disease, is inherited.
What I'd like to do is to tie these few things on.
Okay.
The most common symptom is severe thickening of the skin.
Now, Stanley, do you feel anything at all?
No, nothing. No, nothing. Should I?
People say he's a loony, mad, a maniac, but they're just trying to be kind. Let's face it, he's an honest-to-goodness pillock.
I think you're doing a marvellous job, lass.
In earlier times, society locked people like Stanley away in asylums or scout huts.
Oh. Hello, Mrs. Tilo. How are the piles? All right.
What is sometimes called Sue Pollard syndrome can strike at any time, and the full burden has to be borne by his family.
It is very bad for me. I am having treatment for my permanent cringe, and a couple of months ago I had to go into hospital to have my buttocks surgically unclenched.
Hey! It's Mastermind!
But for many, the future is bleak. Stanley's restaurant is closing. He was turned down by the Morris dancers for being too showy.
Hey, is that how you spell Magnus then, is it? And we get on with it, and with his shopping.
It looks very much as if he might be forced to take the ultimate step, like so many of the chronically shameless.
I've become a children's TV presenter. Have you met her on all the road? Hey, you what? Time to say goodbye to the boys and girls, yes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. People are always asking me, what is old Smudgeface like in real life? And I always tell them that the most astounding thing about this bloke in real life is that he is actually quite funny. Pardon? No, I mean, you've got to admit, wouldn't you, that most comedians, without their script writers and their scripts, I mean, if you talk to them, it's like talking to, well, you. Yes, I suppose. I'd be the first to admit that in real life, I'm probably a bit of a disappointment.
Not to your accountant, Griff.
You see? He never stops funny. No, this man, honestly, I'm not kidding. This man has a fund of hilarious anecdotes. He absolutely had us on the floor the other night, didn't you?
Which one was that?
Oh, you remember that? When you were telling the one about the guy in the leather jacket who comes in, right?
Yeah.
And he says that he's a member of Motorhead.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you believe him.
That's right.
And then he stings you for 200 quid, and it turns out he's nothing to do with Motorhead at all. Go on, tell him that one. Tell him.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of point now, is there?
Why not?
Well, you've told him the ending.
Have I? Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. Tell him another one. Tell him another one.
Well, I can't think of one.
Well, you got hundreds. It doesn't matter. You must be able to dredge one up.
I'm not a performing singer.
Well, no, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, well, there's the one about the taxi. Oh, yeah, that is funny.
Right.
Go on, tell it.
Okay.
Go on.
Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's 9 o'clock. This is true. It was 9 o'clock on a sort of Monday morning. We were expected at the BBC for rehearsal. But unfortunately, the night before, we'd had the last night party for our live tour in London. So,
yes, but it wasn't the last night, though, was it?
Well, yes, it was, because that's why we had the party.
Yeah, but there were 3 more nights to go. Literally, folks, there to go, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't Southampton, it was Portsmouth. But anyway, we'd had the last night party.
But that's not the point, no, because it was the third to last night party.
Look, the party doesn't matter, actually.
Well, why are you going on about the party?
It's just building up to the story about the taxi.
What taxi? Oh, the taxi! Yes, yeah, the taxi, yeah. Come on, tell the taxi. Come on, tell it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it, come on.
So. What's funny? What's funny?
200 quid and he wasn't even a member of the band. He's a killer. It's the way. Go on. Right.
So anyway, I'd overslept that morning, but Griff being a bit more, and I'd sort of forgotten to get a cab, but Griff's a bit more organised than I am, so he'd actually got one.
I had, yeah.
Yeah. So as he got into the cab, the cabbie says, "Here, don't I know that face?"
No, he didn't. He said, "Here, excuse me, I know you, don't I?"
Yeah. Well, it boils down to the same thing, actually.
Oh, I said, well, you might do. And he said, yeah, you're that bloke who reads... Well, no, I'm sorry. No, he said, you're that bloke on Tomorrow's World, aren't you, eh? Really?
Meanwhile, I'm coming up from Baker Street Tube, and I'm going to flag down a cab in the street, but the traffic is solid.
Yes, and the funny thing was, I was actually sitting in a cab opposite you when you came out of the tube, wasn't I?
Yes, you were, Griff.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So the cabbie turns to Griff.
Oh, I love this bit. I love it. I love it.
So the cabbie turns to...
I love it.
Yeah. So the cabbie turns to Griff and says, "Oi, oi, there's that Mel Smith." You see? So Griff winds down the window.
No, I pulled it down. You pulled it, there wasn't a hand.
Well, that makes it a lot funnier, doesn't it?
I think it kind of does, actually. It does, a little bit of accuracy, because observed...
All right, so you pulled down the window.
I pulled down
and you shouted, "Oi, Mel, over here!" And the cabbie
turned to me and said, "Don't shout at him. They don't like being recognised." I'll tell you one thing.
What?
I don't think you tell these stories as well as you think you do.
But my love, I know where my father keeps the silver coin. We could be away from Plymouth on the next tide. Oh, say you'll come. I beseech thee, Tom.
Damn! I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. Sorry, Giles. I'm sorry, love. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We can go again.
It's there, but it won't come out. I don't know what my motivation is.
Motivation?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jenny wants you to go with her, and you don't know whether to go with her or not. And something about her reminds you of your childhood, when your father beat your favourite dog, and it's upset you so much you ran into the kitchen, and your mother was there, and she was cooking, and she turned around and she spilled oil all down herself, and she died. And Jenny reminds you of her mother, so you want to go with her, okay?
Great, thanks. Giles, thanks so much. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go again then.
Okay, is that all right?
Runaways, 56, take 9.
And action!
But my love, I know where my father keeps his silver coins. We could be away from Plymouth on the next tide. Oh, say you'll come with me, Tom. I beseech thee, Tom.
All right.
Olympus, luxurious home of ancient Greece's first family, the gods. Starring Morgan Bottoms as Aphrodite, goddess of love and health foods. Doug Douglas as Odysseus the adventurer. Pamela Tail as Penelope, his estranged wife. Luke Veranda as the god. Ogden Barrymore Jr. as the Minotaur. Greg Posture as Theseus, globe-trotting prince of Athens. Peter Kintickley as one of the less important girls. Meryl Catty as Hera, troubled queen of Olympus, and Charlton Wigg as her husband Zeus, in all his many forms.
Aphrodite, do we have any news of Theseus yet?
Damn you, Zeus. Damn you and your infidelity.
Hera, something's troubling you.
I do have news of Theseus. When he went into the labyrinth, he was armed.
Armed? What?
A ball of wool.
That kid's gonna need all the help he can get.
What do you want? Let me pass. You got an invitation?
My name is Odysseus. This is my house.
Get out of here.
It's true. For 10 long years since the fall of Troy, I have laboriously made my way homewards. To end my journey here, my home, my hearth. Penelope, my wife.
What's that on your shoulder?
That's parachute.
What kind of bird is that?
I'm Zeus, you bastard. Let us in.
Zeus. Yeah, sure. Sorry. Go in.
Any news of Theseus?
Day.
Theseus, you and your friend have to realize plastic surgery is in its infancy.
But is there nothing you can do? He wants to look as much like me as possible.
Oh, well, that's easily done.
And then they arrested me for exposing my virile member in a place of public entertainment. But they couldn't make it stand up in court.
The paranormal. Things that go bump in the night. Darker reaches of the mind. Unseen forces from beyond the grave. The lurking terror, the unknown. In fact, let's talk about something else.
No, I know, because the big question, surely, is there anything on the other side?
Oh, well, I can tell you that. What do you fancy? There's a film on BBC Two.
I'm sorry.
Or...
Yeah.
A documentary.
As far as I'm concerned, it's all mumbo-jumbo claptrap, basically. Elves and goblins. I mean, there are no fairies at the bottom of my garden.
Ah, but how can you be sure?
Because I've only got a window box, you stupid woman.
Look, listen, when I was in hospital having a scrape...
Oh, dear.
Please, I had this most amazing out-of-body experience.
Out of your head experience, I would admit.
I felt that I was floating above my body on the operating table, and I went up through the air conditioning duct and out over Battersea Power Station. Oh, and it was glorious.
Yes, and have you any idea at all what caused it?
Yes, the anaesthetist gave me helium by mistake.
That's interesting, because actually, Irene, that's nothing. In my life, I have actually been dead 4 times.
Oh, yeah?
Dug you up? Well, no, because you see, the last time that I died, my whole life flashed before my eyes. It was the most awful thing.
Why?
Well, I had to watch War and Remembrance all over again. I don't know why I watched it in the first place. It was worse the second time round. Yes.
No, obviously, I'm not superstitious, as you probably have gathered, but I did actually once spend a night in a haunted house. Well, it was a pub, actually, stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Did you see a ghost?
Well, I can't say it was a ghost or not, but there was definitely something going on, because when I went to sleep at night, there were 4 bottles of scotch on the table, right? When I woke up in the morning, they were all empty. Yeah, and I think whatever it was must have hit me or something, because I had a terrible headache for about a week. And I had ectoplasm all down my shirt.
That is a poltergeist for certain.
It's a what?
What's a poltergeist?
Well, a poltergeist is a German word for something that mysteriously moves things around the house in the middle of the night.
That sounds like the wife, actually.
So what is a zombie?
Well, the true zombie is 2 parts vodka and 2 parts peppermint cordial.
Yeah, right, yeah.
The world is full of things we can't explain.
I think you're right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Last night, I had a dream and dreamt that I ate my pillow. When I woke up, my giant marshmallow was gone. And what is that all about?
I don't know. I really don't know.
For example,
Yes.
has anyone here ever experienced crystal healing?
I've experienced crystal gale, and I didn't like it.
No, crystal healing, it's a form of alternative medicine.
Is it?
Yes. Well, nobody knows, but crystals have a unique healing aura, and if you wear one round your neck, it attracts the Earth's electrical fields and redirects it to your main acupuncture meridians.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a load of bollocks, isn't it?
No, it's a crystal.
Yes, but
it's a crystal, and you wear it round your neck.
Interestingly enough, there's a tribe in northern Burma who wear bollocks round their neck. Yes, it's an ancient curse, you see. Yes. So you wander around with your enemy's scrotum round your neck.
And he ceases to be a problem to you.
Well, not really, because he's sitting on your shoulders. It's actually a way of getting to know your enemy a lot better, you see. But incidentally, talking of this, does anybody know why Sarah Miles drinks her own urine?
Well, nobody else is going to, are they?
Does she?
Oh, she does. Oh,
well,
yes,
sure,
Sarah
she
Miles,
does, because
no, she does drink it. She does, yes. And I believe that Thames Water are going to give us all the opportunity to do the same thing.
Do you know that the Queen is a homeopath? She believes that what you put into your body directly affects your quality of life.
Yes, well, I'm sure Britt Eklund would agree.
Deja vu is an interesting thing, isn't it?
No, it's not, actually, no. No, you know, the thing is, I'm not into all this, as you probably know, voodoo, medicine, you know, alternative healing, claptrap. It's not my scene. No. But I did actually once go to a doctor who was a cross between a chiropodist and an osteopath.
And what was he?
A footpath.
Deja vu is an interesting thing. My God, I've got to extraordinary feeling I've said that before.
Yes, you have. You have, and it's still not very interesting. Yeah.
No, but actually, David, it is quite interesting because the French have a very polite form of that called après-vous.
Yes, so the question really that it all boils down to is the question, is there anybody there?
Well, I personally wouldn't have thought so. I should think they've all turned off by now. So should we all go on?
Smith and Jones are no longer here. They're currently embarking on a new career. If you just joined us, you missed the show. Where were you half an hour ago? They made us happy, they made us grin, so do us. If you've been tuning in, replace the